is this team for real? Do the Dodgers and the Phillies, the teams that are sort of seen, they may not be ahead of the Brewers in the standings, but they've got a pedigree of maybe being a more playoff contender type of team than the Brewers. Do you think they scare anybody, or do you think people are kind of waiting for them to sort of fall back to earth and sort of reveal themselves as the not quite top of the standings team they may be?
All right, well, I have to first ask you guys, do you think that the Blue Jays are top of the standings team?
Well, I mean, literally, are they? Yes, like the Brewers, but do I think the Yankees and the Astros are scared of them? No. No, I wouldn't. Okay. I wouldn't, based on their history. Again, I don't think the Dodgers would be scared of Milwaukee. Should they be? I guess that's what we're asking you. Should they be?
For sure, and that's why I wanted to ask that, because there's so much similarity in these two teams. American League, National League. Two teams that have won games. The goal of being in the big leagues is to win games, and I don't think every prospect understands that. They're like, well, I've done so good in AAA, and I went up, and I only got 25 at-bats, and I got sent back down. It's like, well, did you do good in those 25? Well, 25 is not a lot of at-bats. And it's like, okay, this is the big leagues. It's about winning. And so when you're winning in the big leagues, like the Blue Jays, like the Brewers are, you have to have some level of respect. I think it's less scared and more confusion or bewilderment in the sense of, why are these teams winning? Why are the Blue Jays winning? I can say why the Blue Jays are winning. It's because this team should have been winning the last 3 or 4 years consecutively. They've had great defense. They've had great pitching. They've had a lineup that you're like, oh, this lineup is going to bang, and they just didn't. And then the pitching fell off a little bit this past year, but 2 years ago they were phenomenal starting pitching, and the bullpen wasn't necessarily as locked down as it needed to be once Romano went down. So there's things that make teams not win, and the Brewers have figured out how to win games. Are they scared? No. But my advice would be, you better be, because this team hits the ball out of the ballpark. The power numbers, again, there's so many similarities between the Blue Jays and them. Their power numbers, while they're not league leading or even up in the top half of the league, for the last half of a season, the power numbers have come through, and they've been one of the best. I think it's been top 5. The Brewers have, and you sit there and you go, all right, well, I guess we need to respect them, but we're not scared of them. Those teams are not scared of the Brewers. But right. I also would say that no big league team is scared of another big league team, because you're cooked if that's the case.
Yeah, well, exactly. That applies to every sport. If you walk on the pitch, the field of play, the ice, and you think the other team's better than you, or you can't compete with them, you're screwed.